You know, we're shopping sinks right now because
kitchen sinks.
Yeah, we have to get a whole new island. So we're out looking at sinks. And what they're doing now.
Have there been advancements since the world of stainless?
Well, I think so. We're looking at a farm sink. And
you're so rustic. I love it.
What is a farm? Is that a real deep one?
It's a deep sink, and it's rectangular across.
It's just a big tub,
big
basically.
tub.
No dividers?
No divider. You can get a divider. We didn't want one. And so that'll dimpled front. Real nice ledge.
Is this Chip and Joe?
This is a Chip and Joanna influence, I think, from HGTV. I would see that. Farm sinks are quite prevalent on those types of shows. And my wife said yesterday, you wouldn't believe the advances they're making in these sinks. They now will, they run hot and cold water. Just whatever you want, right? You pick your own
From
faucet.
the same faucet?
Same faucet. You got your motion sensor if you want to turn it on, you know.
I wonder how those things really work.
We decided not to get that. Because you know what I said? Just one more thing to break. And they charge you extra $100 for that. Too.
What are things old people say? 100. One more thing to break.
I'll do. I guarantee it'll break. I guarantee that would break within 2 years, and then you've got it. You can't.
It'll just stay on.
Exactly.
You won't be able to motion it off.
Secondly, you can use your phone to warm the water before you get there.
No, right. That's it.
I hope you got that option.
We did not get that option. I said, let's just get basic on this faucet because that seems a little over the. I mean, who can? How lazy are we? We can't hit the button or the pull the lever to start the water running and then wait the 3 seconds it takes for it to get warm. No, you can now heat the water from your phone before you go over to it, and you can turn it on from your phone if you want to.
Now, if I'm trying to remember because I watch some of these HGTV shows too. Now, an island is separate from your main kitchen counter. Are you shopping for two sinks?
No, what was destroyed was the island, which contained the dishwasher and the sink. And
the main sink?
The main sink.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no sink right now. So that's the whole island was taken out. The trash cans, the garbage disposal, all that stuff was gone.
Okay.
So that a lot of cabinetry in there. So that's what we're shopping right now.
Is the wife going to? Excuse me. Will your wife be looking for a wine fridge to put under counter?
There's been discussion of a beverage fridge. There has been discussion of it.
Yeah, because Daddy goes through phases, and Mommy does too.
Well, and it saves so much room in your refrigerator because we've got wine bottles in our crisper, and I think a lot of people are like that.
I think many people use them to crisp up the wine.
I forgot that's where she keeps it. So maybe the wine fridge does make sense.
It did to me. It's an extra expense, but still, it'd be nice to have.
You will have to revert to standard size wine bottles.
Oh, wait a minute then. In that case.
I'm not sure you can get the 5-gallon drum.
Yeah. That's your Costco wine. Yeah. I'll have to tell her that before she makes the final decision. Another thing was, she sent me a picture of one of these farm sinks, and laying across the top of the farm sink, removable, is a place for sponges, is a place for like a cutting board.
I have seen that.
Pretty nice. Yeah. So, oh boy. Advancements.
Yeah.
Advancements in those types of things, which I never even thought about. I didn't think I'd ever buy a sink, but here it is. We've got to buy something. We have a P1. Dave told an interesting story. Now, Chris Demm didn't cut his finger off. No, okay.
It just hurt.
Wasn't there a story last week about somebody who cut their finger off? What had happened? We had some people talking about fingers being cut off. It's awful. I forget what it was that had it just clipped their finger off. But Chris Demm slammed it in the shower door today. Dave had a very interesting tale about fingers actually being cut off.
Worked for a furniture factory in Ohio. A guy cut his finger off on a shaper while one of the other co-workers was out that day. Well, when the guy got healed up and his friend came back to work, the friend said, "Gosh, how'd that happen?" He said, "Well, I was went over and actually was showing him what happened and cut another finger off."
No, he did not. Are you serious?
The guy, you can't make something like that up.
Can you imagine doing that? How dumb would you feel on that second finger? You've cut the one off, and then that's not your fault. The second one, you got to.
Yeah, that's all on you.
That's on you. I'm sorry, but it just is.
Also, I think we were talking in the previous segment too. Another correction about the longest running shows on Broadway. I had thought that it was Cats. Cats is actually number 4.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Chorus Line?
Chorus Line had closed a couple years back, so it's not.
Not running
They're
now.
3 ahead of.
Okay. Let me see if I
And
can
you've
get-
heard of them all.
Okay. Phantom of the Opera?
Number 1.
Okay.
It opened in 1988 and is still
It's
going.
not closed. Phantom is phenomenal. But now I saw it in...
You're a child.
I was a child.
Yeah.
So when it comes here and I leave it in intermission, don't hold it against me. But I liked it.
Phantom is set to close this April.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I guess it is. So you want to guess that leaves 2 and 3, which I know you've heard of.
42nd Street? No.
2nd Street.
Is that did it close?
I don't know what that is.
Is that not a show?
It might be.
Is that a show? I thought it was a show. Okay, wait a minute. Miss Saigon. No. The other I don't know. Rent. I don't know.
No, it's not Rent.
Well, that closed after like
Yeah.
25 years.
All right, number 3,
Yeah.
The Lion King.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. That was really good.
And number 2,
Mm-hmm.
Chicago.
Saw the movie. Haven't seen the stage before. Okay, yeah, those are all big names. Katie, you're talking about sinks. We're shopping sinks right now. Go ahead.
Good morning. I'm a P1. I am calling. So I have a porcelain sink at my house, and you definitely have to get a metal rack. You can measure the bottom of your sink,
Mm-hmm.
and they have them. They have the hole cut out for where the drain is.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have a metal rack at the bottom, pots and pans and all kinds of stuff will scuff your sink and tear it up, leave marks, all kinds of stuff,
Wow.
and it looks horrible because you want it to be white.
Oh, yes. White. I'm glad you told
That's a
me
very
that.
good tip.
Okay, that's a great tip. Metal rack for bottom of sink.
But then you lose the aesthetic.
Yeah, but the front of it with that dimpled front and that ledge overlay, very, very nice. Okay, thank you, Katie. Appreciate that.
Are you all in on this, or are you allowed to make any sort of give input?
I'm allowed. Sometimes she runs things by me, you know.
I mean, are you going to push for stainless since it's just timeless?
No,
It's
I
more
like
durable.
I like the look of the porcelain. I think it looks nice, and she made that decision, and I went along with that. Now the granite.
Look, when we push these nuggets down the drain, the disposal, the uneaten nuggets.
Now, on granite, there's a big price difference based on what you choose. Just how much flair you want. You know, how much the look.
Countertop.
The countertop itself. There's a huge disparity in price. And, you know, we haven't gotten a settlement from the insurance company yet. So all these things come into play. You know, how much are they going to give us?
Do you feel like it's moving in the right direction? Because this has been a while.
Just ever so slightly. I finally have gotten an insurance claim number from the folks at Fisher Paykel, their insurance company.
6, 7, 8.
And they are sending an expert to look at the dishwasher. That's
now
what
he's coming on a steamer ship
they said.
from New Zealand.
That's right.
You'll have to pick them up.
Who said, expect a call from an expert who will come and look at the dishwasher. It's still in my garage. Because the first
Oh,
expert...
here's your problem right here. Your dishwasher's in your garage.
No, that's
Well,
not.
the
It
place
wasn't always there.
Right. Now, the place where I bought the dishwasher has already sent one expert, but the Fisher Paykel people don't trust him. They say, oh, we can't. No, we're not going to take the word of that. He wrote it up as a dishwasher issue, that a valve opened up on the dishwasher. And the Fisher Paykel folks said, no, we're going to need to see that
So
ourselves.
We're still having installers versus manufacturers.
That's the real fight. Is it was the dishwasher done poorly, or was the installation done poorly, or both? And I'm saying way too much, I'm sure, but that's where we are.
Okay.
And so the Fisher Paykel folks have said, we're sending an expert to look at your dishwasher to see exactly what happened. So once that happens, then I think we'll get the ball rolling on an insurance adjuster and all those things. But meanwhile, you know, the floors. What is the floor? I mean, the flooring had to be taken up, and there's no kitchen
and they
island.
you can't restart rebuilding this
Right.
because you don't have your parts picked out.
They're putting in
The island.
We're picking the stuff, and they have said go ahead and pick all that stuff, but we're not going to move on it until we know what we're dealing with here. Because I mean, how can I? You know, what can you do?
Have you and your wife discussed the Super Bowl gathering?
Oh,
We've lost it.
It's
We've lost the
gone,
moon.
It's gone. There's no way.
No.
Gentlemen, we've lost the moon.
There's no way.
No.
I have no kitchen.
I had to break it to my girlfriend because she was so excited.
Ooh.
Because she was, she's like, I really,
It's terrible.
I've heard about this party. I want to go.
It's terrible.
And I told her, I said, there's no way. I said, he's not going to have a kitchen.
And now this is the third year in a row we haven't had it. And now it's just like, I think it's a distant memory for everybody. It's like now it's not even.
Memories of a Super Bowl party.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
When I once had a kitchen.
That's right. It's all gone. All gone.
No, I think this is 4 years.
This is we had it in 2020. Okay, because
I remember because we were all there going, is this the thing going to be a thing?
right.
Well, this virus?
That we had the super spreader event in 2020 just before the hammer
Right
drop.
before.
And then 21, of course, nobody had anything.
Yeah.
22, we were still on edge because there was a spike, so we said no. And now this year, all set, ready, making plans. Kitchen disaster. I mean, flooded kitchen. No floors, it'd be awful. I mean, I wouldn't want someone to fall through into the basement.
No.
That we can't have that. So, yeah, we lost it. I mean,
We can't invite Biggie.